Hi guys, so it is me again, the South African Wanderer. So I tried to go live a little bit earlier, um, and just as I was explaining, what I wanted to explain in the first place, Narina Trogon flew across the pathway here on the Broadwalk in St. Lucia. So that trogon is such an elusive bird, and it's a lifer for so many people. And it was it was high on my list to get as well for this trip, and I'm glad I got it by myself. I didn't expect to get it by myself. I thought I'd need to go with a guide, and the guide will probably need to call it and try and get it out in the open. I didn't get a shot because I wasn't ready for it, basically. I should have been concentrating on the birding rather than my car problems and my stories that I will get into now. So I got to St. Lucia yesterday around 4 o'clock, and I did come through to the boardwalk, did some birding, as I was saying earlier in the other live. I did a 2-minute live, but it seems to be lost in the ether, so I don't know where it went. Hopefully when I get home or when I get to my laptop later, I'll be able to find it and post it so you can see my reaction when I saw that trogon go across the boardwalk. So circling back, I got to St. Lucia around 4 p.m. yesterday, and it seems strange to look at the camera. The camera on the iPhone is right in the... Anyway, I got here around 4, and then I came out to the boardwalk and went out to the beach as well. Didn't get many birds yesterday. It was a bit too windy. Still windy this morning, but in the boardwalk itself, it's not too bad. The humidity is quite high, so I am already sweating, even though it's only about 9 o'clock. And the plan for today was actually to get out from St. Lucia to get out to Shuslui. But there was I want to say a little bit of a snag, but it's actually a major snag. I have been having issues with my car, as some of you may or may not know. When I park it, the gearbox almost freezes up, so I can't get it from park back into reverse sometimes. I'm not too sure what's happening, so I sent it in to Subaru, and because it's something they don't know what the cause of is, they need it for a long time, so they gave me a lease vehicle. I hope I'm not blocking the mic. Okay. Yeah, so they gave me a lease vehicle. And that lease vehicle is a 2011 Subaru Forester, I think. So yesterday already I was having, a few issues. The oil light came on, and when I stopped, it needed like 3 pins of oil to be put in. So it seemed as if they didn't check it. But, I got to St. Lucia, and it was fine. And then last night, just after visiting the boardwalk, a few warning lights came on. But because, I was just driving back to the lodge, I didn't really pay much heed to it. I think the warnings were that the emission controls needed to be checked, and the hill start assist needed to be checked. So I, parked it at the lodge, and then the plan this morning was to head out to Shuslui from St. Lucia. So Shuslui Mfolozi is just about 50 kilometers from where I am in the main street in St. Lucia, so it would have taken about an hour to get there. So I was up at 4 a.m., got my coffee ready and my snacks for the trip. with the plan being to head out there and then, spend the morning just in the park and then get back here for my afternoon birding with Ian from St. Lucia Birding. But then I get into the car and I start it up. The same warnings come up again. And I was just like, okay. And then I head out and I feel that, it's got no power. So I had it in first gear. And because it's a manual, I thought, no, maybe I put it in third gear and I'm struggling to get it into first. So I was driving, and then as I headed past the St. Lucia wetlands visitor center at the front of St. Lucia, I see that the car is being limited to 40 kilometers an hour. It's not getting beyond that 40 kilometers an hour no matter what I did. So I turned it around and limped it back to the lodge, and then I called Subaru Assist, because if it was my car, they would come tow the car back, and they would give me a rental and I think a night's accommodation as well, because I'm more than 100 kilometers from home. And then they realized that no, I've got a lease vehicle, not my own vehicle, so they weren't able to assist me. I call Subaru in Bryanston as soon as their offices open, and they're like, why don't you get the negative terminal off and reset the car, the negative terminal on the battery. So now it's going past 7:15, and I'm looking for a size 10 spanner. The lodge reception is closed. All I have is pliers. So eventually I get to a hardware store that opened at 7:30, and I get in and they don't have any 10 spanners. So I get a shifting spanner, I get the terminal off, and I was like, okay, let me go and try to drive to the Broadwalk where I am now, just to see if the reset actually works. So I get here, and actually no, not even before I got here, about 200 meters in to the drive, the warnings all pop up again, and I'm limping the car again in second gear, driving at 40 kilometers an hour. So yeah, now I'm waiting for Subaru to actually come up with a solution, because for this afternoon I'm fine. I can do birding here in St. Lucia. I think I can walk to the meeting point that I have with Ian. But tomorrow I've got a trip to Umlalazi Game Reserve, which is about 120 k's from here. And then, the issue then becomes I don't have a car to actually get there. So I'm going to give them till, I don't know, maybe 11:30 or so. And if they don't come back to me with a solution, I probably will have to hire a car and then make my way to Umlalazi tomorrow and go do my birding. But I don't know then how I'm getting back on Sunday. Probably have to use that hire car all the way back to Johannesburg, and then sort that out on Monday. But a bit of a rough start to the morning. I think almost made up by the Narina Trogon. That was a good sighting. And hopefully I find that video that I did do, so then you can actually see my reaction, and anyone who missed the live, I think there was only one viewer on at the time, then you can see that I actually did get very happy to see that Trogon. So I'll keep birding now, and make my way down to the beach, see if there's any shorebirds. But hopefully the wind that was about calms down a little bit, and there's a few shorebirds to be seen. But yesterday I only saw like 5 species of shorebirds and nothing new. But yeah, so these are my woes, my car woes, and well, birding successes. So I think it's like yin and yang, balances each other out. But anyway, I'll sign off now. Hopefully this video also doesn't get lost in the ether, and it will be there to upload as a video later on, so you can catch it when you have some time.